Great news. So I have collected my first payment on my first client since I was let go 19 or 20 days ago. This is really good news. And the way that that worked out was that I was able to, I made an offer that they couldn't refuse. And I have solved a lot of problems, and I'm going to provide a ton of value. And I built them and I gave them an offer that involved an annualized plan. So they paid in full for the year. That means that they don't have to think about it. That leads to typically more stickiness and more commitment. And in return for paying up front, it relieves me of a lot of cash flow burden. And I can just get to work on their stuff. And so the right now it's about, I mean, I have a couple sales calls lined up today as well. So it may just be the biggest single day that I've ever had. I'm not really sure. But it's now about onboarding, and it's about making sure that they feel very special, very seen, and that their work is absolutely 100% stellar, and that we're over communicating all the stuff that's happening in their account, and providing an enormous amount of value as far up front as possible. So we want them to recover that cost within the first 30 days, like the annual cost in the first 30 days. So that's our mission right now. And so right now I'm articulating every detailed piece of minutia, every little tiny little step that could possibly be going to a successful onboarding to reverse engineer that ROI. And then that is going to be my obsession for the next 14 days, is making sure that they're getting that back. And then they have a year of 100% profit after that. So that is kind of the mindset with this right now. And also, if I'm able to systematize it and put it into my Gantt charts, I use a software called Nifty. I also have a version that's on Google Sheets. I just don't want to overwhelm them with too much information, and I don't want them to feel technically overwhelmed and all this stuff. Like we are supposed to be solving a problem for them, for my clients, not creating one. And sometimes over communication is a burden. So I'll kind of take a temperature on them to make sure that they're feeling good about it. But I am the new technology partner with another rally. And I'm just very excited about it because I believe in their mission. I believe I was a donor. I gave part of my thing is that I read this Tony Robbins book a while ago, and he was just like, dude, just give away 5% of what you make. And so they've been getting 5% of what I make for the last 2 years. 5% of my net, not my gross, because about 35% of my gross goes to the government. So I feel pretty comfortable in my contribution to society. And then it gave an additional 5% to a nonprofit, and my choice was another rally. But now they're a client. And so I get to have this like amazing client with a mission that I believe in, that supports a community that I'm involved in. And now I get to help them in a new, meaningful way. And hopefully drive donors, subscriptions, community, and then provide more value for their sponsors, so that they can ask for more money and grow their organization as well and help more people. So it's a huge opportunity. I'm just like, it just checks so many boxes for me. I get to help people. I get to make money. I get to help them help the people that I care about, which is the bartending community, LGBTQ plus community, the immigrant community. These are people that I care about, and it's an organization that that has direct activism in those spaces. And I get to kind of stay in my zone of genius. So, my one concern is that it does skew a little bit out of my comfort zone as far as the clients are concerned, like the actual deliverables are concerned, because I don't want to be offering too much specific custom work for each client, because otherwise I'll be running around like a maniac, which will impact the value that I provide for them. But the way I put it to them, the way I put it to most of my clients, is that I will drive the car, or I will build the car for you. I will fix it if it breaks down, which it won't, because it's a machine, because it's a digital machine. And then I will help you understand what the car can do, like what other things that you can do. And then I'll provide you an enormous amount of support on a day-to-day basis, and that's all articulated in my agreement. And every Wednesday, for instance, I have a 90-minute client session that any of my clients or users can show up to, and I will re-onboard them. I'll train them again. I'll give them additional support, and make sure that they have what they need. Additionally, they have a WhatsApp group that they can use. Additionally, I have a separate private group for them in bar teams that they can use, that also connects them with other members of the community for networking. And it's all pretty organized and sophisticated, and it's a one-to-many model. I have a very limited bandwidth to work with people as what I call a fractional CMO or COO, and implement my systems and do things for you. But most of my clients, the vast majority of my clients, are going to be group clients where I can provide a ridiculously huge value for a relatively low cost. And again, my mission, especially with a new client, is to give them the ROI on working with me within the first 30 days. And like the entire ROI. And with this particular client, I think that we can do it in the first 30 days. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, depending on the nature of your business and the profitability and all that stuff. But every offer that I do, every agreement that I sign is designed to give ROI within 30 days, preferably more like 2 weeks. So that's all I got for you today. It's a very exciting day. I literally just made as much as I made in a month with a job, and I have 10 more days in the month and like 20 more calls booked. So, wish me luck. But I think that the main takeaway here is that it is much easier to work with people who appreciate what you do than it is to work with people who are like kind of nickel and dimey. So like, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be offering things like smaller packages anymore. I think that like you have to make a kind of a meaningful commitment if you want a meaningful change. And, this was easy and fun to have this conversation with this particular client. So I'm hoping that there will be others like it, because there is an economy of scale in this kind of business and this kind of work. And I'm looking forward to providing it for more people and generating a much bigger impact. But that's all I got for you. I'll see you later. Bye.